Hello, my name's Ralph and welcome back to the channel. It's my time, let's go. Gus is coming today to work on his bike, so we're hoping to get some things buttoned up today and get a lot of the small details done. So, we're gonna have to get at it and see how it goes. So stick with us. So Gus is here today. He's come up to do some of the final things on the bike here. We're trying to tidy up all the little things that are tedious and take time to do, but he's brought some bolts with him and stuff to get the fender on, and we got to put the forwards on and pipes and things like that. So there's lots of work to be done there.
Yep. No, it's looking good, Mayor. I'll tell you.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, why not? Let's get her done. No, we're doing all right.
So we'll just keep picking away at it here today, and I got some things that I got to do as well. So I'm gonna help him out where he needs it, and try to pile some stuff on him, things that need to be done. We can save himself some cash, and we'll just be getting her done.
Right on. This is the shop. This is this #1 shop in the Maritimes right now.
Right now, anyway.
No,
All right.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. I just got my fucking fingers in there. Damn.
All right. So
you know how you're doing it right if you hurt yourself. Gotta be bleeding. Not much space to work with. Now, I tried to order square flashers. Originally, they had square flashers so that you could put them here. You know,
okay. Right. I got a thing that I'm running on my chopper. It's a Badlands signal canceller.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I know what you mean.
$70.
I use them.
Good.
They do self-canceling.
Yes. Like 6 flashes and it goes off.
Yeah.
So I got one of them on my chopper.
Yeah.
And I also got one getting ready to go on my Honda, the Honda that I'm building.
Yes.
So
you're gonna put one of those on here
I think
for
so.
your signal lights?
Yeah, why not? I might
Easy. It's as easy as anything, right?
I might even just rob the one off the friggin' Honda for this.
Yeah, I use them. I've used them on all the custom builds that I did.
Yeah.
Because of the self-canceling.
Yeah.
Instead of having the dick with holding the button.
Right. Yeah. I can't even believe that's a thing. That you got to hold. I think Slick, the last ride Slick went on, he had to hold the signal button to make the
all the
signal
old
light.
stuff, right?
Is that right?
Well, before anything before Evo.
You had to hold it to make it flash.
All the shovel stuff, yeah.
No automatic.
Yeah. I think in '82 they switched them to the kind of controls that are on there, but they actually had for 1 year or something when you would press the button, it would lock in.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then you had to hit it again to
get it unlocked.
Yeah. I think they only did that for a year or so.
Yeah. All these people going around with the freaking signal light going on. But that's dangerous.
I'll be out of my old truck like that. I got one down here. I got two little lights, little tiny lights that'll flash. You know, so I can see if my signal light's left on.
We got a guy in our group. I won't say his name, but he likes to leave his signal lights on all day. He's got no canceling, so he's got his left signal light on. He's driving down a friggin' secondary road, whatever. And next thing you know, somebody turns left in front of him. And why did they turn left in front of him? Because he's got his left signal light on. He's supposed to be going that way. But he doesn't know what's on. He's driving straight. And they fucking drive in front of him. Crash.
Really?
You know, rode off his bike.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's because Buddy can't remember to turn off his signal lights. I am looking at this, and I'm looking at
this is all loose, so it's got to be chained back. You probably have to take a link off.
I'm thinking that we should take a link off while we're here with the friggin' machinery, however you do that.
Okay.
Find the master, get rid of one, and then see if it works.
Okay. Well, what we want to do then, Gus, is we want to loosen this off completely.
Yeah.
And see how far we can go ahead. Okay. Sometimes you take a link out and then you
can't get it together.
Won't reach. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There we go.
It's not going anywhere.
There we go. Oh yeah, Jesus! Look at this. Look at hordes of slabs.
That's where the forwards will go. Your comment on things were done on a handshake, and that's absolutely true. Yeah. A lot of times, there's no contracts or bills or work orders. Those friggin' handshakes.
Yeah. So we're just using our little chain breaker. Not a chain breaker, but it's a sort of a little press piece, which you screw in the Allen bolts, and this goes back, and it's relieved in the back for the back side of the chain link.
And why are we doing this, Rob? We took out a link.
We took a link out, yes.
Our adjusters were
All
like
the way
an inch and a half long.
All the way back to the end, yeah.
This installs it, and we got room to put the...
Almost impossible too, you know, you get the link on this.
Right.
You know, you drive vice grips and
Yeah.
all that kind
Water
of crap, right?
pliers, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's lots of room for the clip.
There we go.
And it's like an arrow.
Clip goes direction rotation.
Hello!
There.
Hey, hon.
Can you sign this, Mr. Important?
I can, if you give me 1 sec. There, we're looking better now, Gus.
Sure are. Half inch.
Here's the ratchet, buddy. Okay.
Okay, she's pretty snug there now.
Okay.
Bolts look close to being
Okay.
even.
What you do is watch this. Tire's going to go this way. So as you rotate it, a few revolutions. See the sprockets
So
over
hard left.
on
yeah.
this side.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we want to do is either shove that side in a little bit. Probably get away with a little bit more on there, Gus. Just try it. Take much.
It has moved over a little bit.
A little bit. So what we'll have to do, we're not tight either, so that becomes a factor as well.
You want me to snug that up a little bit?
Before we do,
Okay.
just gonna loosen this.
Yeah.
Just give it a smack like that.
Okay.
Okay, now we can have a quick look at it before you tighten it up here, just
Okay.
see if we move it. Still, it's come over a little bit, so we want to loosen that one off. You know, probably.
Yeah, that's loose. You want to loosen the nut off, the big nut?
Yeah, just loosen it off a little bit so that we can.
Move it.
What we want to do is hit it till this comes up tight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that coming up snug there?
It's not tight zinging, but it
But
did move.
it moved.
Yep,
okay.
it did.
Just tighten up a little bit there.
Tighten the nut?
Yep.
The big nut?
Yep. Get confused going back and forth as to which way, right? The sprocket should go this way. Here we go. There, see where it is?
Did
now?
it? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So now we'll just
Snug.
snug these up a little bit, take the slack out. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
See, even pulling that up has
Yeah.
coming there though.
Yeah.
See, we're almost. You'll get some
Back
because
and
it's the
forth,
old
but it's a
chain.
given, it's a
You know what
given.
I mean? But we're not.
That's
we're
center.
not
That's center.
quite. Though.
There's
Oh
that.
yeah, it's the wonky in the chain. It's pretty close. Okay,
We'll get that
give her
going.
give her a good tighten up there. Just
On
see
the
where
big
we're.
nut? You want me to tighten up the big nut?
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe I can just.
So I'm going to have to investigate the tools I need to do some retorquing on this once I get home. Like the cylinder, the special wrench that you had,
Oh yes.
all that kind of stuff. I might have to order that kind of stuff.
I'll look it up there today, Gus, before I order it. See, I don't know where I got that one, but
Because
I should be able to get one.
you're gonna want me to recheck the torque values after a while, are you not?
Yeah.
So-
Crank that on, crank her up to 65 pounds. That's where it's set at.
Okay. 65 foot-pounds?
Should be. There we go.
And
See, that's a lot more than what people think, you know, when you're taking the wrench.
I gotta go 1/8 of an inch.
You're doing it.
Not even.
Go. Get the
Clippers are here, look.
Are they blue handle, bud?
Yep.
Okay. So before we put our clutch plates in, we're going to clean them all off because they're pretty cruddy in there and dirty. So I'm going to spray them all down with like brake clean and wipe them all down nice and clean and make sure everything is clean and ready to go back in. So pay particular attention and try to get all the grease and buildup that's in these grooves out of there. Another one of those sort of jobs that's tedious, but like I always say, it's the little things that make the difference. Now I have found by looking at these, and when I go to slide them onto the studs in the thing, that some of these holes are not exactly as big as they should be. So I'm just going to go along with my 1/2-inch drill and make sure that we've got nice holes. There's one. Come on, eh? So it's not much, but each one has had one that's too tight. That's got them all cleaned out, so they should slide back and forth nice and easily when they go on the studs. Now I have this big piece of granite, which is great for putting things on to check for an absolutely flat surface. It's surface ground, and it comes in handy for anything. And for clutch plates here and stuff like that, it's about perfect. So I'm just going to take a piece. I got like 100 grit here. I'm just going to take my plate and lightly scuff it on there. You can already see the dirt and grime coming out of the plate. And that will just give us just a little bit of a sort of a rough surface on it, which will allow the clutch plates to bond a lot better together. We don't need to go a whole lot because we don't want to take the surface, you know, keep getting the plates down. You just want to take any of the kind of grease and grime and anything off the surface. Got one clutch plate that's worn a bit to one side, and I will mention that to Gus. We can see that the lines are pretty well gone out of it on just that one plate. So it's worthy of note if we have any kind of clutch problems, that it might be time for him to put a new set of clutch plates in. But as with everything else, you often can't replace every little piece. I do generally on my stuff as much as I can, but you're still at the mercy of cost. But just doing that little bit just takes the surface of any kind of grease or anything off of it. As I say, we're not sanding it a whole lot. We're just scuffing it up to give it a nice dry surface to adhere to. And then we'll just kind of give them one more quick wipe, just to make sure there's no grit in there. You can see it coming off there. And there we go.
Pipes, oil lines.
Oil lines, brake line.
I put a clamp on one of the oil lines. I can't remember if that was the fitting that was on. I think it was. On the oil pump. What fitting?
Easy way to remember these. Front is feed. Rear is return.
R&R.
That's how I remember them.
R&R.
Front is the feed to the
So
pump.
the feed should be coming off the bottom of the tank.
That's here, yeah. So that's your feed. And the return,
Okay.
of course, it's going to have to water.
So the return goes to the filter.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're getting there, Gus.
We are.
You're getting there.
I'm telling you, the list is getting shorter and shorter. I like it.
She's coming. She's starting to look like a motorcycle.
Isn't it though?
It is so.
Best invention ever.
What's that? Oh, those
Hose pliers. Did you ever try to get a hose on? What is it, a tight fit?
So we're getting there. We're making headway. We're making headway getting the little things tidied up. That's what always takes the time to get all the little things. But it's great Gus is up here today and getting his hands on everything and feel like it's going somewhere today. Yeah.
It is.
Feels like it's making headway.
Well, I'm just telling you, I can't even count the number of things we fixed
Yeah.
in like 4 hours. It's good, and it saves Ralph freaking around. Why do I need the expert doing all this little silly stuff?
That's right. It's a lot of it's just time-consuming stuff.
It is, and it's got to be done.
Yeah.
We're getting down to it.
You put the pipes on, you're getting close.
Oh my God, we're getting close. We got the gas line hooked up too.
Oh, there's it.
You did it. That's out.
Okay.
You did it.
We're going to proceed with getting the clutch hub, a new clutch hub, put into Gus's clutch basket. This is a new 5-stud clutch with 5 separate studs instead of 3. Gives a lot easier, straighter pull on everything instead of the plate going wonky. Some people argue about it. They'll say the 3 is better than the 5. I always use the 5 when I'm fixing something and put the big fix roller kit in, and it seems to eliminate any problems that I might have. The big fix rollers are a package of big rollers like that. Instead of the cage thing, which was a piece of crap and was worn out on the other one, was a round cage with separate rollers all the way around in it. It's the old style. These, primarily I use them for bigger belt drives, like a 3-inch open belt or something, to give more support, but they also give more support here. And that's what we're going to do today and put this together. So I'm going to show you an easy way to put it together. Then we'll take it out on the bike and start putting the primary in and get this thing buttoned up. So we'll get our rollers out here. Let's get a rag down so that they don't roll all over the place on me. 9 times out of 10 when you get this roller kit, it will come with an extra roller. So when these go in, this is to show you, to give you the idea. This roller is basically the size of the hub itself. So it eliminates anything being able to get wonky and go around. So we'll start with some lube, some special lube they supply. And we just want to get it on the hub. We don't want to get it on the fiber black backing plate here. Try to spread it around on there. And what I found the easiest to do is to just take your clutch drum and set it down on there. And what we're going to do is start putting the rollers in one by one. And if you space them around a little bit, get them to stand up there. You can push the hub around to kind of center it up. And it can be a bit of a patience tester. And we just keep standing them up, make sure they don't fall down sideways on you. We just keep sliding them around there so that none of them fall down. And there we go. And as usual, there's one left over. Guess I figure you'll always maybe lose one. Now normally the kit comes with a steel plate like this, but I don't really like those. And I'll show you. They'll fall right down inside, which means this whole basket can move up and down like that. And there's nothing to keep the basket from moving, so it wants to walk back and forth. It's every time you pull the clutch in and the plates get loose, this whole thing will move up and down. So what I always use is what's called a ramjet retainer, and this is one particularly for a 5 stud, and they have different depths in the hole, A and C, on these. So you have 2 settings as to where to put it down so that it fits the best and that you don't have it walking around. So we'll just try the A position to start with, and push it right down until it lays against the steel. And then we have a look to see where our clip is. And with this one, that's going to be the best spot for it. If we go to the C position, the plastic will be up too far and we won't be able to get our clip in here, down in here. And I know it's very hard to see, but we're talking about a place for the clip to go in here on the long stud, and there's a little C-clip in there. So we're hoping that that is where we can get the clip on. So we'll just try one to see. Sometimes hard to get down in there. You don't quite want to go in along the edge. Just got to work it down there slowly. There we go. And there we go. And now we're locked into that. And that will keep the basket from coming off. And although it seems a little stiff at the moment, that will loosen up as soon as everything seats in. The other one would leave it, make it even tighter. So we're down onto the only setting that we can really use in there. So we'll go around and put these clips on. Again, making sure that you're seated as far as it will go. So we'll go around and do the rest, and then we'll come back to you. So just as a note, let's put the sharp side up. When you're trying to get these down in there, as I say, it's a very tight fit. And they should have used a different sort of C-clip. I've used different ones in the past. Just spread it and slide it down as far as you can go with it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but on this one here, you can see how the little ears on this one are just touching the plastic. And they won't quite fit in there until you tap them down. So I have an awl with a point on it, and I just put it in the eyelet. Give it a little tap like that on each one, just to get it down over there. And you can hear it snap into place. And when it's in place, you can also see that the eyelets There, you can hear that sharp snap, and the eyelets are close together like there should be. So you can go around and check them all and make sure that's the case. And you can hear it snap into place, and then you can stick your awl down in there and actually spin the clip around. If there's any doubt that you're locked in or not, you can go around them, and if you can't move it around, you should be able to tell that they're all down there and locked into place. And that one's in place. All right. It's a little stiff at first, but like I say, they will work in. So just make sure everything's down in there where it should be. And that's about it. But that's the easy way to get your big fixed rollers installed on the clutch hub. Now when we go to put the clutch hub on, we don't have to worry about the bearings falling out or anything because everything is locked in. If you try to do it on the bike and then put the bearings in there and such, it's very hard to do that way, and I've found over years of experience that this is a way that makes your life easier all the way through the procedure. Okay, so now we just need to take it over to the bike and start installing the primary. So we'll have to get this old clutch pack apart, and it's just as easy to put it in a vise. Just gonna hold it there so we can get the nut off the outside. Get our little jiggers off. Yeah, here they go. Got a bunch of different springs mixed in the pack here with different pressures, so it is what it is what we have. They have these heavy springs, which I know are for a heavier duty, and the regular ones like that. Once again, if somebody just taking all their junk and making something, we'll back the screw out as far as we can out of the back. Try to place these around. We have our new 5-finger plate here. So we're just going to make sure that these are in place and going to go down where they're supposed to. Okay, that one's out of place. Just walk the springs back to find any that are out. There we go. So now that's ready to go on. So now we'll just begin to put our clutch plates in, starting with the fiber. Steel. So some of them have out written on them, original type ones. These don't, they can go either way. but if they have out written on them, put them out and stagger them around. Just to take a moment and show you some different kind of clutch plates. Here's one with just the regular grooves cut out in it. And here's one of the early ones, which actually have a little unit with a small ball bearing in here. And they're called a lot of different things, anti-rattlers, or just to keep it in place a little more. You don't have to use them with these anti-rattlers, with the old ones, and a lot of the new plates will come without them. If you're using the old ones, a lot of times they're marked out on the outside. This one's worn out that you can't see it. But be sure to put, if it says out, to put it facing outwards. So those are two different kinds of clutch plates. And everything's going in there nice, not like it was with the old hub. I think the fingers were a bit bent. There we are. Slide these on. Our little nuts with the small groove in them. And the groove are so that they go on these little tits there and stay in place. Sometimes adjusting the clip, like Hippie says, you really kind of got to drive it and adjust it and drive it and adjust it a bit, which is easier with a belt drive system because you got no fluid. But with this, with the fluid, we can at least take the cap off the outer primary and fool with these nuts. But we're going to try to set them at the baseline setting, which is about 1 inch. Again, it's going to be hard to tell with the mixed springs in here, but we've staggered them, so we're hoping to get an even pressure on them. Okay. So when you're setting the depth on this, the manual will give you estimated settings of what this should be. Now that's an estimated setting because you got different clutches in it, different plates maybe, different spring set, and sometimes it will take adjustment to get that clutch working just properly the way it should. But you can start with the minimum measurements from here to this inside lip, and that will give you a starting point. So when you're working on your bike, as I say, a manual is imperative, and I think that everyone should have one. And even with the smaller clutch adjustments, we can look them up and see what they're supposed to be. So I suggest that you check out Emanualonline and get yourself a manual on your bike. These small details are the details that are often missed and people don't know where to set things at. And with the manual, you'll have no doubt in your mind and you'll know exactly what the settings should be. So let's have a look. So we'll just go to Emanualonline and we type in Harley, and you will see all the different manuals that are available for Harley Davidsons. It's pretty well limitless as to what you would like to have and what you would like to get. So we're going to have a look at our Harley manual that we've downloaded from Emanualonline. So first we go look at our service manual for the FL and FX models, 1200 and 1340 4-speeds from 78.5 to 1984. So we'll go down to the contents and we'll look at the transmission and drive. This is where we want, and probably in section 7 will give us the information that we need. So here we can see about adjusting the clutch cable and how to adjust it. And when setting the pressure plate, the new clutch spring assembly, the distance from the pressure plate edge to the releasing disc is exactly 1 1/30 seconds. If the springs are compressed, so this distance is 7/8 of an inch or less, the clutch will probably not disengage. So these points will tell you as a starting point where to set it and where not to set it, and so that you'll be able to use it and get your clutch set up properly. Be sure to check out Emanualonline for all your Harley Davidson needs or anything else, but definitely the Harley Davidson is what we deal with, so you can see that there's a wide variety of models and books available for you. So surely you can find exactly what you need here at Emanualonline. So what we have to do is take a measurement from the back side of the lip here into there, and that's where we want to check our measurements. So before we button her up, I've got this little half piece here that we're just going to put on it with our spacer, a little brass spacer. Make sure you have that in there. And this way, when I go to initially start it up, instead of having the primary case on it and all the fluids in it. I can have a look and see what's going on with this, because still we don't know what to expect from it. I'm hoping that it's not going to be a problem, but my luck don't go like that. I can look up and see that my brass washer isn't binding in there, which is a good thing. And we only have a little bit of space, so everything looks to be correct where it should be. So this will be the test of whether it should kick out and go back. If not, we're going to have to remove it and put some more springs on underneath it for some sort of pressure to build up. But I'm not quite sure what we'll have to do there. But another step closer. So now we got to do a bit of wiring and that to get everything hooked up. And I think we're just about there. And Gus will be happy with that. So the last thing we got to do is set this up. And they say it should be 1 inch and a 32nd, which is not very much. I generally like to set them for 1 inch. But where we're going to lock it, put a nut in. That is. Give it a quarter turn. Oh, we can adjust the cable up a little. Go. That should be it. So like I say, a little bit of wiring, and I gotta go around and double check a bunch of things just to be sure, and then we should be able to try the starter. We don't know. I bench tested the starter, so I'm hoping it works. It turned over okay, but it's always hard to say what it'll do when it's under load. And yeah, all right, we'll get at it, finish those things up. So I'd like to take a moment and give a big shout out to my brothers down south, Hippie's Chopper Corner. Be sure to check him out, home of the sketchy choppers. He has some interesting stuff. And be sure to check out Slick Head's Custom Cycles. Slick's always working on some antique bikes, and I always enjoy seeing them and restored to their pristine condition like he does. Also like to thank all you that support my channel, and the new ones that have joined, and those that are sticking with me and keeping my channel going, because without you out there, there's no possible way that I could do it. So many thanks to all you subscribers. So if you enjoyed this video today, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, do those things to keep informed of new videos coming up. And we hope to have many more for you. And next week, we're hoping that Gus's bike will be going out and he'll be taking her home, finishing up the final wiring, putting signal lights and such on it. And I know he'll be a happy camper now that she's done.